Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This is going to serve as a quick documentation slash video guide for the drivable police vehicle that I've just released on the Unreal Engine Marketplace. So this is the demo level. You can push play, you'll have access to a customized FPS controller. You can push E to enter the vehicle, and there are a list of controls that will appear over the left hand side. So we've got 1 through 6 to open up the doors, the boot, and the hood of the car. If we push tab and go inside, we can push T to turn on the interior emissive controls, like so. And it's all completely animated. And if we hop out, we can then go through and we can turn on each of the lights individually. So L will turn on the headlights, and when you've got the headlights turned on, the car will be in night mode, so the brake lights will be at like half intensity, which is a pretty neat effect. We'll turn those off. We've got the spotlight, which has its own separate lights, controls, and it also has a rig. And then we also have J for the additional bonus high beam lights. And if we push H, we can turn on our siren, and we can have all of these lights on at once. And it looks pretty cool as you're driving around, especially when you're going through tunnels at nighttime, but all of these values can be customized as you please. There are particles, there are decals. As you can see, the car will squeak as it's got engine noises, acceleration noises, tire noises, particles for the exhaust and for the tires, and it also has the siren sound effect. So this video will show you basically how to set this up and how to use your own character controller, to enter and exit these vehicles. So by default, there is BP first person character, which is included. And if you go inside, you'll see that there is a bit of code and some comments. We just want this interaction code here, and this is the main part of it. So what we're doing is when we press E, we are casting a line trace, getting the hit actor, and then if that actor is BP underscore driving master, it will check to see if we're playing on single player or if we are playing on a multiplayer server. If it's single player, it'll run this code, swap the character around and do the cast. And if we are replicating it and playing on a server, it will run this cast here followed by this multicast, and this will ensure the replication works and you can enter and exit the vehicles on the server. So by default, you can only have one person in the vehicle, but this is easy to expand, and it's a great starting point for you guys to move on from there. So I'll go here and I'll add a new feature, and we'll just add a first person example to our map. And if we go over here to world settings, you can see that our default pawn class is BP underscore first person character. We want to change it to this new blueprint here. So now when we push play, the controls are inverted, but that's okay. But you'll see I can't enter the vehicle anymore, and that's exactly what we'd expect. So it's really quite simple, and this is going to be a little bit different depending on the character controller that you're using, but the logic is going to be the same. So if we go back to first person character, we can literally copy and paste this whole thing. Now your character's probably already got an event set up for interaction, so you're going to want to build it off this. But in this case, I just want to fire as soon as we push E. I want to send that cast out. And again, you can just go through this. We're casting to the main blueprint actor, which is BP underscore driving master. And we've got the police car here, which is a child class with a little bit of extra code to help control the sirens. So if we have a look, the first thing you'll notice is that even though we've copied over these events aren't happy. They're going to think that they don't exist, and that's no problem. All we need to do is recast to the exact same thing, and you'll notice that now Unreal is happy with them and will accept that these references do exist. We can drag these connections off and then just simply remove that. So if we compile, that works. We want to check this. We want to make sure that it's still replicating, run on server reliable, and this one is multicast and reliable. And that's all looking pretty good. So if we press play, we look at our police car, we press E, we can now drive the car. If we push E again, we'll hop back out and re-enter our body. So there you have it. It's very, very easy to implement into your projects. You can have this up and running in just a couple of minutes and be driving around your map very, very quickly with all of the extra controls included. So the only other thing that's probably worth pointing out is that by default, this is a unique project. You have to create the project. It can't just be added. And unfortunately, that is just because there is some input controls that need to be copied over. So as you can see, there's inputs for controlling the doors, the handbrakes, and also the mouse and movement controls. So you can either copy these, one to one, or did not mean to open that, or you can go to the config file and you'll notice that there is a default input.ini. You can either copy this over to your project, or you can just modify this text file as well if that's a little bit quicker. But whatever works for you guys, you can always go in there and modify it yourself, set it to whatever's comfortable for your game. Obviously, some of these controls you probably don't want to worry about including, but it's going to depend on your specific use case. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have any more questions, feel free to join the Discord. I'm normally around to answer any questions you might have. So I hope you enjoy working with this asset. It was a lot of fun to make. It was a lot of fun to get working inside Unreal Engine, and I think you guys will like it. Thank you.